I'm Barbara. Welcome. It is. I'm far away. Oh, and here's the girls. Hey there. Hi there. Good morning. Good morning, goofball. Good morning, you goofball. Both of them are goofballs. I forgot to put the gate up, so I'm crawling up the stairs an extra time today. It is Sunday, September 27th. Thank you for joining me. No cod liver oil in my coffee this morning. I realized I was having my cod liver oil this morning and making my coffee. That was all Dennis's fault yesterday because he was in the kitchen when I was in the kitchen, and so I didn't take my cod liver oil over the sink like I normally do because he was in the way. It's all his fault. I hope you're well. I have tinnitus, so sometimes it's hard for me to tell, but I think I've got like a low level of like giant cricket noise or something going on back here. It is not a lovely morning, but I am outside, so it's not raining, but it's close and damp and cloudy and feels like it could rain anytime, you know, like it could be sprinkling soon. I don't know if it will be, but that's what it feels like. But we'll be outside as long as we can. And then you'll know we're in sweater weather if I can't even come out in the morning because it's too chilly. Right, Pearl? There's Pearl hanging out. Maisie's in the back. So, anyway. Now Maisie's in the house. I'm trying to fix you. I don't know why you don't care. Today I am wearing some oldies but goodies. These are wood, just wooden hoops. I bought these earrings 43 years ago on September 8th, 1977. The only reason I know that is because September 8th was the day that Jason was due. And I went into Center City, Philadelphia. I lived and worked in the close suburbs of Philadelphia. And I worked downtown, but I wasn't working because I was due that day. But I wasn't in labor, and I went to downtown Philadelphia and got my hair cut really short. I don't think it was this short, but it was really short compared to what it had been. And it, you know, I looked at myself and I'm like, oh. And I went and I felt like I needed big earrings, so I went and bought myself some earrings on my way home from getting my hair cut on Jason's due date. Well, he was born on the 26th. They don't let women go that long anymore. But he was 3 weeks, almost 3 weeks late, 18 days. So these are 43 years old because guess what? I'm planning on Skyping today so I can wish him happy birthday a day late. I did text him. I'm such a, you know, modern mother. I told him his birthday card is sitting on the table. It'll be late. He understood. He is my son after all. He's known me a long time. So anyway, that's the story of my earrings. Been having to think about my earrings since I have now this new cache and so many earrings that don't fit on the holder that I have. And I have an idea of something to do with them. That is some combination of some version of something I've seen. But When I went to Michael's the other day, when I was in a rush looking for even weave and Ada, which turned out to be successful, but I only was there 8 minutes. I saw that they had stretched canvases outside in the front, like a sidewalk sale kind of thing, special discount. And so I've been thinking of doing something with a stretched canvas, a kind of big one, because I have a lot of earrings. Some version of restretch it with like eyelet lace material, or just use the stretched canvas and put ribbons around it, you know, like strips of ribbons on it. I was trying to figure out a way, and hook the earrings into the canvas, or on the ribbon that I stretch, or in front of the canvas. If I stretch the ribbon in front of the canvas, that would be a little more interesting visually. I was just sitting here kind of picturing myself doing a picture on the canvas, and then, you know, but then I'm thinking, that's not really me. So anyway, you know, I could take the canvas off the stretcher and put, like I said, eyelet lace or something with holes in it that I could hook earrings in, or just poke holes. In the canvas. Or hook them on the ribbon. Anyway, I have some idea that I might end up with a stretched canvas and ribbon combination and hang it on my wall, and then just have a huge picture full of all my earrings. And if I was thinking of, you know, a combination of canvas and ribbon, you know, if I used like eyelet ribbon, then I would be able to get behind the ribbon for the backing, and I could hang my post earrings on it also. It wouldn't have to be just my hook earrings. Those that have posts. I never did find that post. Someone said they thought it was on the deck somewhere, but I never found it. I never found it. But I'll be in Michael's. I'm sure they have backs. In their jewelry department. So anyway, that's what I've been thinking. And I was thinking I could do that today. Except I don't have to do it today. I'm going to my physical therapy tomorrow. I can do it tomorrow. Yeah. And my physical therapy is right across the street from Joanne, so Joanne probably has stretched canvas also, even though maybe not on sale. Right, puppy? So anyway, that's what I was thinking I might do, because I have to come up with a solution to my earrings and storage, my earring storage problem, storage and visualization, because it's not just storing them that's the problem. You want to see them so you can pick the right ones. I'm wearing my Gris today by Claudia Eisenkalb. I have 2 of these. One of my favorite summer sweaters. This one is too big for me. It's a silk yarn that has no bounce to it, no memory, and so it's, you know, it just kind of hangs. It hangs on me in a way that doesn't feel lovely in terms of how it looks. It feels good. It's like a raw silk feel to it, but this is a yarn that I was really, really madly in love with in the skein, that somehow I didn't love quite as much after I knit it up. I'm not very good at picturing what something's going to look like knit up. I told Dennis this week coming up is cleaning week. If we're going to be, I told the cleaners that we didn't feel that comfortable and that we would, you know, be, you know, not having them come for a while. which means we have to clean the house ourselves. And this week coming up would be the week they would have come. So I said, house cleaning week. Which means that I'll need to spend an hour straightening up one day, and then the next day clean. And we have to figure out how we're going to divvy that up. I'm pretty sure I'll be doing all the dusting downstairs and everything upstairs. And Dennis will be doing all the floors downstairs, the mopping and the vacuuming. And I'll tell you, he will mop way better than they did. You know, they just spray something on it and, you know. We had 2 big dogs. He'll get a big mop and bucket out and mop it. It'll be mopped. That'll be good. Oh, maybe I'll have him do the bathroom floors upstairs too. He'll be in charge of the floors. I'll vacuum upstairs. We have a smaller vacuum that's not as heavy that he fixed, that I suspect, and it is upstairs, and I suspect I can vacuum upstairs without re-injuring my knee, which has been feeling okay. I did not sleep great last night, but I wasn't surprised. I didn't anticipate sleeping. I anticipated having trouble falling asleep because I read up until like the minute I got in bed, because I read The Nightingale yesterday. It's due in the back of the library in 3 days, and I'm like, well, if I'm going to read this, I better read it. So, and you guys highly recommended it. I was not in a particularly cheerful mood yesterday. I was having one of those moods, and it was kind of rainy, and you know, I sat in my chair till early afternoon, till like 1 o'clock, reading my phone. You know, one of those days, and it's like, what a waste of time. I didn't stitch or anything. Then we walked the dog. Oh no, then it was raining. We couldn't walk the dogs. We didn't walk the dogs till later. And I started reading The Nightingale, and then I'm not in a fabulous mood. And then I'm reading about occupied France during World War II. I'm thinking, what am I doing? But it kind of sucked me in, and I ended up finishing the whole book. And I also highly recommend it. And you know, it drew me in, and there I was in occupied France. I'm a little, you know, it's kind of interesting. My mother was first generation Norwegian American, and I visited Norway with her, and my daughter Christy and I went with them in like the year 2000 and to Norway, and we stayed with my mother's relatives. My mother has a lot of cousins, and one uncle was still alive at that time, and so we stayed with cousins the whole time we were there. I mean, we were there for 2 weeks, and we stayed in a hotel one night when we went to Bergen, and she didn't have any relatives in Bergen, and we took the train to Bergen, and we stayed in a hotel in Bergen, and we ate in a restaurant for dinner in Bergen, and that was the only time we weren't with family. We did have lunch out with family one time, but anyway. And it was interesting to hear the stories, because, of course, Norway was occupied by the Nazis during World War II. They had the heavy water plant, and there was, you know, for the hydrogen bomb stuff, and you know, the stories about how it was for them during the war. But one of the things that first struck my mother when she first went to visit in the 70s was that in Norway, when she was there, probably still, I mean, they didn't leave a single speck of food on their plate when they were finished eating. Their plate looked clean. She said they ate chicken wings. Those chicken wings looked like they were parched in the desert. There was not one bit of food, you know, little piece of tiniest gristly or anything left on the weapon. Norwegians do not waste food. I mean, literally not a speck on their plate. And it was because they starved during World War II under Nazi occupation. There was no food. And so they do not waste food. Now, whether that's still true 50 years later, 45 years later, I mean, they certainly weren't leaving any food on their plates when we were there in 2000. But we were with the older generation who had been alive during the occupation. I don't know. You tell me. Any of you Norwegians. But anyway, so I read The Nightingale yesterday, and I enjoyed it a lot. And I read it, you know, I'm a fast reader, and I finished it like 1:30 in the morning. So needless to say, I wasn't surprised that it took me a while to fall asleep. And if I'm going to read the poet, I got to read it because it's going back in 2 days. So I might read today. I didn't do any crafting. I just read and moped. And we went over and visited Dennis's parents. We had a very nice visit with his parents. Dennis made chocolate mousse, and we took dessert over, and we just sat and talked. We didn't play cards, and we had a very nice visit. So that was good. He spent some time with his parents, just relaxing. And that was a good thing. So that was yesterday. Right now, I'm thinking, I'm going to be out tomorrow. I don't need to do anything with this idea of mine for my earrings, so I'm not going to go out to the store. Dennis doesn't need anything. I don't think if he does, he can go to the store himself, because aside from going out to walk the dogs today, I think I'm not going out. I have been out every day, and it's like overload. I mean, I used to drive to work every day. Well, that's not true. I worked at home on Wednesdays. That's so funny. And we're going out tomorrow. If the weather's nice, we're going to go sit on our friend's deck and drink some wine and have some conversation. And that'll be fun. I hope it's nice. It would be okay if it were even like this. I mean, it's not lovely. It doesn't feel lovely, but you can be outside. Not very breezy at the moment. Not much. A few leaves at the very tops of the trees moving, but I'm often a little sheltered from the breeze where I'm sitting now because of the house. So sometimes it's hard to tell how windy it is, but these trees are not moving. So we'll see. Well, I have no idea what the weather's going to be like today. But if it gets better, I might be outside a little while on our deck. But otherwise, I'll probably be reading the poet or working on my stitching or doing the neckband on Ella's boxy. Not much to a boxy neckband. It's just the picking up the stitches is the, that'll take me 10 minutes of thinking and looking and paying attention. We'll see if that's too much. If it is, it is. Hey. So anyway, I don't have any grand thoughts. Did not watch any news yesterday. So if anything big happened, I don't know anything about it. I watched Christie's Floss Tube. Did I tell you? Was that yesterday? Must have watched it on Saturday. It was really good. Talks a little bit about the history of the Black Death. leg, which was very interesting. And what she's been up to. Oh, and it's Sunday, so I'll be crafting with her tonight. That'll be fun. Sunday comes very quickly. Very quickly. It's so bizarre. And Thursday's October. Thursday's October. I hope you're well. Please take good care of yourselves. Stay healthy. And I will talk to you tomorrow. Stay safe and stay sane. I can't turn you off. I can't turn you off.